What's a common ick that you have that your friends are like, come on, this ick is like the hat backwards, or like he has a fish in the photo. What is you got something? Because you sound
okay. Well,
everything else sounds very easygoing.
That's what I thought too, but
there's got to be something. There's got to be something.
Well, I hate when they're in the gym and they're posting like their photo
gym
against the
photos.
mirror.
Okay.
Yes. The one thing I also don't like is when there's multiple guys in one picture and you can't figure out who's who, and you're scrolling through. I honestly just think guys just take terrible photos of themselves.
They do.
In general.
Can I ask how many dates you've gone on this year?
None.
That's the problem.
I mean, I've tried.
That's your problem, though. You're too picky. You need to go on dates and get to know people. Because if you never put yourself out there and meet people, like you might find a guy that's super cringe online, but he just doesn't know how to present himself. Like guys are retarded like that.
The hard part about that, though, is you're putting so much energy into these apps, and it takes a lot of time to start doing that talking stage. And if you're not attracted to that person you see on a photo,
I
it's
literally see
hard.
the girls make no effort on those apps. They'll just say hi. My brother once showed me a girl who just said H. She didn't even say H-I, just the letter H. She couldn't even be bothered putting the I in there.
I had a guy who messaged me. The first message was like, "Yo, come over." So I don't know. There are guys that do that too.
How do you normally open up on a dating app? Because if you're on Bumble, for example, and it's you who's got to go first, what do you normally say?
If they have a good opener, like a question, I usually answer the opener. Or if it's more along the lines of, "Hey, how's your day going?" Or "Hi, it's nice to meet you." That's how I usually start it. But if they do have an opener, that's great. That way I can segue into that.
If you like want to do that though, you should have your formula and just lay it down from the start and be like, listen, I like to go on a date first, whatever. And if they want to take you on a date, go on the date. See if you like them. If you don't like them, free dinner.
Yeah. Well, I wish there seems to be months or weeks and weeks of always texting back and forth, and I really would like the guy to initiate. Hey, let's
you
go
have to
grab
do it
coffee.
sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you can't have a cake and eat it.
That's
then I'm like, no, I can't do it. Then no.
Yeah, sounds like you overthink this shit a lot. You need to get yourself onto the date and do it regularly.
Well, it also sounds like you put a lot of pressure on a single date, that you might, if you do put so much pressure on a single date, you're going to be a lot more selective if you're only going on one every 4 months.
Yeah.
It's
hard. I mean, I agree. There's a lot of things I could work on, and I appreciate your guys' input on it. It's just hard with my job. It's exhausting to go on dates, so I know I need to work on it better. Yeah, I'm a nurse, so it's hard. But
travel nurse?
No.
Okay.
No.
No red flag.
I work
still kind of a red flag.
No, I work in oncology.
Okay.
So.
Let me ask you a question though.
Okay.
Well, you said you're not necessarily waiting for marriage. Like you'll have sex before marriage, but it's got to be like the right guy, right? What if it's just like, what if you hit 45 and it's just like still not happening? Are you just gonna like be like, fuck it, I'm just going for it. I want to lose my virginity? Or you like, is there any scenario where you're just like, you die a virgin?
Put it down. All right, boys.
If I don't find a guy, it's not the thing that's going to fulfill me in life.
But like, just like as a bucket list thing, like let's say you're like 62 and you're still a virgin, are you just going to like send it and just be like, all right, I'm going to like fuck this guy in the retirement home?
No. No. I think if I can't find somebody, then I will probably die a virgin, and I'm okay with that.
What do you think? You said it won't
That's
fulfill you in life. What do you think will fulfill you in life?
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
What do you think will fulfill you in life?
Honestly, my relationship with God. I'm a Christian, and I think I don't
when
know
you think about the world, though, and I understand that having a relationship with God is very important.
Yeah.
But also, we're put in this world, and we're told to go forth and multiply.
Right.
Do you think that there is like something that you profoundly lose if you don't have a family and children?
No, I mean, if that's what God had intended for me specifically, then I have to accept that and be okay with that. I think a lot of women my age are coming to that point where they want to be, they're not in relationships, and it's hard for them to get into relationships, so they have to figure out a way to be content in life. So you see a lot of girls trying to be happy being single, because what else are you going to do? Be miserable at home?
It's certainly better to have God than to not have God, because if you don't have God, you've got boxed wine and cats and a vibrator.
Well, and I think I think the problem though is we use relationships to fulfill this emptiness inside of us, and that's where we get in problems when it comes to marriage and whatnot, and why there's a fail in marriage society.
But I do think that there is something to that, though. If you don't have a relationship at some point in your life, I do think that there is something that's missing from within you. I don't think we're meant to be alone. I think
No,
meant
we're not going to
with
be alone,
people.
but we are meant to be in one with God. We were meant to be in this world with God, and I think when people do not have God in their lives, they try to fill that empty hole, and they use relationships as their faith. They use relationships and
Sure, but
worship
you can
that.
have the both though.
You can have the both, but as
Yeah.
long as you don't make the relationship your whole world, and you have,
I understand what you're saying. It's definitely better to have God than to not have God.
yes,
That's for sure.
yeah.